Real Estate Express Final Newest. Question 1. Under NRS 113, in counties with a population of _____ or more, a seller must provide a zoning disclosure at least 24 hours before signing. 100,000, 400,000, 700,000, 1 million. In Nevada, specific consumer protections apply to high-population counties, currently primarily Clark County. For counties with 700,000 or more people, the initial purchaser of a residence must receive a disclosure document regarding zoning and future land use at least 24 hours before the sales agreement is signed, ensuring they are aware of the surrounding development plans. Question 2. Under NRS 119, a person engaged by a developer to represent them for compensation in selling subdivided lands is known as a broker-dealer, a registered representative, an unlicensed assistant, a corporate secretary. A registered representative is an individual who is not an officer or owner of the developer but is authorized and approved by the Real Estate Division to represent the company in the offering and sale of subdivided land. They must be listed and approved by the division to ensure they are operating within state compliance. Question 3. After receiving the resale package for a common interest development unit, how long does a purchaser have to cancel the contract? 24 hours, 48 hours, until midnight of the 5th calendar day, 10 business days. Purchasers in common interest communities, CICs/HOAS, are granted a right of rescission under Nevada law. Once the buyer receives the required resale information package, containing the HOA bylaws, budget, and fees, they have until midnight of the 5th calendar day following the receipt to cancel the purchase contract without penalty. Question 4. What is the required permit fee for a timeshare developer to sell timeshares per subdivision? $500, $1,000, $1,500, $2,500. Nevada law, NRS 119A, mandates that timeshare developers pay a fee of $1,500 for each permit issued to sell timeshares within a specific subdivision. This fee helps fund the oversight and regulatory activities of the Real Estate Division in protecting consumers in the timeshare market. Question 5. Anyone who violates Nevada timeshare license law or operates without a required permit is guilty of which classification of crime? Minor infraction, Class C felony, gross misdemeanor, administrative warning. Violating the provisions of the Nevada timeshare law is taken seriously. Operating without a license, permit, or registration, or committing other statutory violations, is categorized as a gross misdemeanor, which can carry jail time and significant fines beyond simple administrative penalties. Question 6. How many hours of instruction must a Nevada sales agent complete before earning a timeshare license? 8 hours, 14 hours, 30 hours, 45 hours. To ensure that timeshare agents understand the specific laws, ethics, and consumer protections unique to their industry, Nevada requires a minimum of 14 hours of specialized classroom instruction before an individual can be issued a sales agent license. Question 7. The Nevada Homestead Act provides a protection/exemption for a primary residence up to what amount? $125,000, $250,000, $550,000, $1 million. The Nevada Homestead Act allows homeowners to protect the equity in their primary residence from certain creditors. In Nevada, the maximum exemption amount is $550,000. This means that for a primary home, creditors, with some exceptions like mortgages or tax liens, cannot force the sale of the home to satisfy a debt if the equity is under this limit. Question 8. The sudden loss of land by an act of nature, such as a typhoon or flash flood, is known as accretion, erosion, severance, avulsion. Avulsion is the sudden and perceptible loss or shift of land due to a violent act of nature, example, a river changing course overnight or an ocean washing away a beach during a storm. This is distinct from erosion, which is the slow, gradual wearing away of land over time. Question 9. Which type of estate represents the highest degree of ownership and includes the full bundle of rights? Life estate, leasehold estate, fee simple, defeasible fee. Fee simple, or fee simple absolute, is the highest form of real property ownership recognized by law. The owner has the entire bundle of rights for an indefinite duration and can pass the property to heirs. It is only limited by the 4 powers of government: police power, eminent domain, taxation, and escheat. Question 10. When real property is converted into personal property, such as cutting down a tree for lumber, the process is called annexation, severance, appurtenance, subrogation. Severance is the legal term for the act of separating an item from the land. Once a tree, real property, is cut down, it becomes logs, personal property. The reverse process, where personal property becomes real property, like installing a ceiling fan, is known as annexation. Question 11. Taxes based on the assessed value of a property and used to pay for local services like police and fire are called excise taxes, severance taxes, ad valorem taxes, transfer taxes. Ad valorem is Latin for according to value. Property taxes are ad valorem because the amount the owner pays is a direct percentage of the property's assessed value. Note, your card mentioned calorimeter, but the correct legal and real estate term is ad valorem. Question 12. Which of the following is an example of a fixture real property? A freestanding refrigerator, a central air conditioning unit, area rugs, patio furniture. A fixture is an item that was once personal property but has been annexed attached to the land or building in such a way that it is now legally part of the real property. Because a central AC unit is hardwired and plumbed into the building's infrastructure, it is a fixture. Freestanding items like rugs or furniture are personal property, chattel. Question 13. What is the term for a tenant's interest in a property when they rent from a landlord? Fee simple estate, leasehold estate, dominant tenement, life estate. A tenant does not own the property, they have a leasehold interest. This gives them the right of possession and quiet enjoyment for a specific period, while the landlord retains the leased fee interest, the ownership. Question 14. A provisional real estate license in Nevada is typically valid for how long? 6 months, 1 year, non-renewable, 2 years, renewable, 5 years. A provisional license is a temporary authorization. It is valid for exactly 1 year and cannot be renewed. The licensee must meet all full licensing requirements within that timeframe to continue practicing. Question 15. In which scenario does the Nevada timeshare law not apply? A project with 50 units. The sale of 12 or fewer units in a project. Any project located in Reno. Sales to out-of-state residents only. Nevada timeshare regulations provide an exemption for small-scale projects. If a project or subdivision contains 12 or fewer timeshare interests, the heavy regulatory requirements of NRS 119A do not apply. Question 16. The legal process of condemnation is the actual act of declaring a building unsafe, a government taking through eminent domain, selling a property at a tax auction, foreclosing on a delinquent mortgage. Eminent domain is the right of the government to take private property for public use. Condemnation is the process or the taking itself. The government must provide just compensation to the owner during this process.